Registered Phenomena Code 535. Object Class Beta Orange. Hazard Types: Sapient, Animated, Organic, Regenerative. Containment Protocols. RPC-535 is kept in a standard humanoid chamber. Only non-lethal methods of neutralization should be used against RPC-535. Standard issue ammunition is ineffective. Tasers are most optimal. Description: RPC-535 is an unidentified, approximately 2-meter tall male corpse, weighing 65 kilograms. It has been dated back to the late 19th century. The skin is dry and rotten, and the flesh underneath is thinned down to the bone. Despite the absence of a pulse or brain activity, RPC-535 is capable of both movement and speech. Any wound inflicted on RPC-535 will rapidly begin healing. This ability's limit is untested, but is known to persist through sustained gunfire. Discovery: on March 9, 2022, an archaeology expedition in the Sonoran Desert unearthed RPC-535 from a sandpit. The entity reanimated and fled. Once contacted, Authority agents tracked it to an abandoned gold mine via satellite. ASF forces arrived and entered the mine. After 7 injuries and 12 casualties, RPC-535 was captured. Addendum 535-A. Site Containment Breach. Breach Report by Agent. Date: July 2nd, 2022. The breach was caused by a failure in both power systems. Containment electricians are still investigating the specifics, but they believe it was simply faulty wiring. The outage lasted 15 seconds before the emergency generators came online. It was enough time for multiple anomalies to breach, while the electromagnetic locks were down. Security camera footage: 1043. Cameras finished rebooting. 1044. RPC-535 is standing over a terminated instance of RPC-1. It slowly approaches a female researcher, sitting on the ground, later identified as. The two converse. 1046. The entity offers a hand to Dr. who takes it. She is lifted off the floor and onto her feet, then walks off with RPC-535 following behind. 1049. RPC appears in front of Dr. RPC-535 dashes past her and pulls out a long shard of glass. It shoves it in RPC's throat. It falls to the ground as RPC-535 pulls out the glass. 1052. They reach the research wing of the site and enter a laboratory. Dr. begins looking through lockers. RPC-535 glances around the room, staring at the camera for a brief moment. 1053. Dr. pulls 2 revolvers from a locker and says something to RPC-535. The entity takes the revolvers and looks into the locker. It takes out a handful of ammunition and a wide-brimmed gambler hat. RPC-535 puts the hat on while loading the guns. Once finished, it shoots the camera above and visual is lost. Afterwards, RPC-535 briefly appears on video multiple times throughout the breach. No notable appearances. Q&A. A transcribed conversation with Dr. during her evacuation from the site. Question: what is the nature of your relationship with RPC-535? I participated in an interview with it. It didn't answer any questions during the session, but it did remember me. What were you doing with RPC-535? It offered to protect me if I took it to its guns, Abby and Johnny. 2 Colt double-action revolvers. Not anomalous. After that, it just told me to follow. Did you willingly cooperate with RPC-535? It was my best chance at survival, so yes, I did. RPC-535 Interview. Recording of an interview with RPC-535, who have been captured and restrained. Time: 11:42 AM. Agent: What do you want? RPC-535: I'd like my hat. Your hat. RPC-535 does not respond. Fine. The agent quickly fetches the hat and returns. He places it on RPC-535's head. There. Thank you kindly. You can thank me by answering my questions. Well, I was waiting on you. What exactly do you want? I suppose I want out of here. And? That's all. Why the woman then? Pardon? Why protect her? I read your file. You're no hero. It ain't that deep, son. Maybe I just didn't want to see her pretty little face become a stain. Or I was just using her. Take your pick. So what? You gave up a chance at freedom on a whim? That seems to be the size of it. Likely story. As likely as any other. The agent flips through a document. That girl alright? What? Do you care? Just curious. Tell me or don't. She's fine. No injuries. My men escorted her out before you gained consciousness. Well, you have anything to say? I haven't quite talked this much in ages. You should come visit me after this is all said and done. I'd appreciate it, stranger. Hard pass. Oh, don't be like that. You're different from them doctors. That dullness in your eyes, it's the same as mine. The same as a killer's. I know those eyes better than anyone, stranger. I don't have any more questions. Take RPC-535 back to its cell. Summary: once my men and I arrived, there was very little to do. RPC-535 had terminated nearly all the breached anomalies. Our forces spread throughout the facility and cornered RPC-535 at a dead end. My men rounded the corner, and all fired their tasers at once. What we hadn't known at the time was that Dr. was with the entity. I personally watched as RPC-535 threw itself in front of the doctor, blocking her from being hit. Though my forces suffered no casualties, and few personnel were lost during the breach, I feel embarrassed. The taser's voltage was high enough that Dr. could have died if just two of the prongs had hit her. I'm requesting to be placed on temporary leave. I believe I am unfit for duty in my current state. Agent